you. Awesome, awesome. Happy Thursday, Command Fundamentals and super. I'm stoked. I don't know about you all. I think you guys are excited because you all showed up on time. We have, and I will let him introduce himself. I wanted to make sure that I'm not stealing his thunder. But we are super blessed today. We're talking about Command Fundamentals, and we have ALC member Tech Chair Brendan Alcisto from the Big Island, right? We are looking at KW Hawaii 1, right? We are just connecting all the islands, resources, contacts, training and information, and we are sharing that with everybody, right? A win-win, and we are all here together. So super excited that this guy is here with us. Please definitely, as he goes and as we do it, Command Fundamentals, right? Just if you have questions, let us know. But definitely excited for Brendan to share his story, his success, and hopefully some tips and tricks along the way. All right, Brendan?
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Aloha, everyone. First of all, I want to say thank you for you guys for coming on this call, and congratulations, because I think it's super important to constantly be learning based, to constantly go to these resources and trainings, because no matter how many times you hear something, it's about when you're actually ready to receive it and actually implement it. Yeah. And so I asked myself this question: why is this guy talking on Command Fundamentals? Who was this person on the Big Island? So I definitely wanted to introduce myself, give you a little bit of my background, and share some of my successes. I think the question is, why am I getting a chance to be on this platform and speak? I'm no, there's no special sauce to what I've been doing. There is just systems, tools, and resources that are at my disposal that I have just decided to jump in and use. And I just kind of wanted to share the main ones that I've seen the most return on my investment in my time, the return on investment in my money. That's allowed me to gain the success, or, have the success that I've been having. So I'm going to share a little PowerPoint here just to kind of keep me on track here. Let me know if you guys can't see my screen.
Gotcha.
You got me? All right. So the objectives today, the meat and potatoes of what I want to talk about is just specifically what within Keller Williams resources have I been using to keep me on track to achieve my goals. And I'll talk a little bit more about goal setting, mindset, and just your big why, honing in on that, which is what's when I peel back the layers, what has really motivated me and inspired me to actually take advantage of these tools and resources is my why. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. So I'll talk about GPSs and 411s. If you guys can raise your digital hands or just call out who actually has a GPS or uses a GPS and uses a 411. Anybody uses that? Maybe. Yeah, there you go. Right on. Couple hands. Excellent. Excellent. That definitely helps you to focus on what you need to achieve your goals. And then within command systems, I want to kind of highlight. Excellent. I see more hands being raised. Great job. You guys are halfway there. To be honest with you, you guys are halfway there by having a GPS and a 411 in place. So I want to talk a little bit about the specific resources and tools within Command, the systems that I use that allow me not only to leverage my time, but just to be able to service as many clients as possible. Yeah. So I want to talk a little bit about me, right? Just real fast. I am fairly new to the industry. I'm in my third year with Keller Williams and within real estate. You'll see here on the left side of the screen, my big why is my family. The three pillars, the main values of my brand, of my business, is family, passion, and legacy. And I share that with every buyer's consultation, with every listing appointment that I share, that I'm family first. Not only am I there to be the best partner and father to my kids, but I also treat my clients like they're ohana as well. Right. Passion, my passions are, exercise and physical fitness is really important to me. My family is a hula family. I recently picked up golf in the last couple of years, and this picture is a symbol of where I am in my game, which is always hitting out of the bunker. You know what I mean? I'm a big sports fan. My family's from Oahu, but we moved when I was very young to the San Francisco Bay Area, and so I'm a big Bay Area sports fan. Before I joined real estate, I have a bachelor's degree in accounting and finance. So I'm very numbers oriented. And I just didn't see myself doing that for the next 15, 20, 30 years, right? It was a recession-proof job, right? That's kind of what the goal was when you go to college. But I was, laid off during the pandemic. And real estate has always been something that's been interesting to me because I've read Rich Dad Poor Dad. I understand the power of real estate, and jumping into sales has always been a curiosity of mine. But it takes a leap, right? Fortunately, I have a very supportive partner and wife who not only supports me, but is a boss in her own right and takes care of things, takes care of our family, and all that good stuff. So these are my whys. Be there for my family. My kids are starting to dance hula now. I work out. I try to work out at least 4 or 5 times a week in the morning. Winning the mornings is super important to me. I try to, because my kids are in summer program, are in school, I try to finish as much as I can before the early afternoon so I can have that time to help them with their homework, to take them out to the beach so we can go surfing, paddleboarding, things like that. Those are my big whys, is not only to be there for my family, be there to be present when I want to golf with my buddies, surf with my friends. But I want to show my kids that it's possible to be passionate about something you do. And yes, you'll be working on the weekends. Yes, you're working at odd hours, but the times when you are with your family, you're 100% with your family. When you have a vacation, you don't have to worry about how much is this going to cost. Like, you're going to go all out and be there and live in that moment. Okay. Hone that in for yourself. What is your big why? Yes. And so I want to go back to the GPS and 411s. If you aim at nothing, you hit nothing. So those of you who have a GPS and a 411, I applaud you, because it does take some time to think about what's important, what's the one thing you want to accomplish within this year, and then coming up with those priorities and with those strategies. I took a picture, and I want to be transparent. I want to share what my specific GPS is for this calendar year. I worked on this in October, November timeframe of last year, and I wanted to focus on units, right? So again, this is my 3rd year in the business. In 2020, I closed 14 units total, and I capped in my 12th month. Yay, right? I got the the cap that says that I capped. That's great, but I didn't get really much opportunity to enjoy that 100% commissions, but I capped. It allowed me to have momentum in my 2nd year in 2021. I capped in my 9th month in September, and I closed 18 units, right? So now I'm in my 3rd year. I said, you know what, I have this momentum. I kind of honed in on what I need to focus on, what my clients are actually responding to in my market. So I'm going to close 35 units this year. So we're at the end of June. I should have at least 17, 18 units closed. I only have 10 units closed, right? But those 10 units have allowed me to cap in May, in my 5th month. Does that make sense? So my 1st year I capped in 12 months, 2nd year I capped in 9 months. My 3rd year in the business, brand new to the business, I was able to cap in my 5th month in May, right? So that's kind of, I want to call out, the reason why units are what I'm focusing on is because you can sell $1 million, $2, $3 million property and hit your GCI goal already. But, if you have that closed units goal, you are still aiming for something higher, right? Again, I'm behind in my goals. I have things in my pipeline to catch me up. But the side effect or the indirect cause of focusing on my units is I capped in 5 months, and I'm in Hilo, 10 units closed. So my average sale price, was about 280, 280,000, right? So I had to hustle, right? I don't have those huge purchases that allow me to, hit my goal so quickly. But my priorities, not sure if you have a coach who kind of discusses or talks through what your priorities are, or the levers where you want to get your leads from. Leads, listings, leverage, right? Leads are number 1. So I focus my priorities on these 3 strategies to have different streams of leads, right? So my first priority is my SOI, my database. I want to focus on that database because those are the people that know, like, and trust me. I want to make sure that I'm touching those people consistently. And you'll see on my strategies I want to have, specific smart plans attached to all of them. I use a third-party system to send out birthday cards, home anniversaries, thank you for those referrals cards, right? So I don't have to actually write them out myself. Consistent touches, I'll talk a little bit more about that within Command because I have templates within designs that I just need to update pictures and a quick, add verbiage that allows me to produce and download and send out a bunch of flyers or post Facebook, Instagram ads, all built in within Command. So sphere of influence, number one. Number two was my social media, my digital presence, right? I've seen so many successful agents that get leads from people just commenting on their posts, right? Or people messaging them directly through Instagram or Facebook. I'm not at that level yet, but I am on my way, right? So I want to post every single day, some kind of engaging content. I set aside 30 minutes a day to kind of interact, comment, share on different groups that I'm in, different people that I'm different other agents that like mega agents that are doing great things and posting a lot of great content, right? Success leaves clues, guys. And if you follow the successful people, there's clues left behind that you can just pick up, implement yourself, and reap those benefits yourself, right? My goal is to start a YouTube channel. I haven't gotten to that point yet because I've been so busy, but it's on there for the year, right? When you're setting these goals for yourself. And the last thing is my referral network. So I want my leads to come from my sphere. I want leads to come from my social media or from my Google, my Google business profile page. And I want to get agent referrals from, the islands, from the mainland. How am I going to do that? I'm going to attend at least 2 major KW events, family reunion, mega camp, Elite Week, Bold. I am based in Hilo. We have our own weekly team meetings in the Hilo side, but our entire island has a monthly team meeting. And I make the trip, which is about an hour-and-a-half drive from here, to be present and build relationships with people within that office. I can't tell you how just being present, whether it's at these calls where people will see that you are looking to better yourself, you're looking to level up your game, you're actually asking questions, you're there in person. People feel that they're comfortable handing off their clients, handing off their business to you because you're an extension of their brand, right? That's kind of the mindset that you have to have. Put yourself out there, make sure that you carry yourself in a way that you feel like, hey, this is who I am. This is my brand. This is how I'm going to treat your clients. This is the success that I'm having. And I'm here, I'm present, right? If you had a choice between someone, maybe there's a mega agent, a super producing person, and the person who comes in every day and you see and talk to them, you know them really well, you have a relationship, who would that person likely want to hand off their referral to, right? It's not only who does the most business, but who would mesh the best with their clients. Yeah. And so making myself available, putting myself out there, teaching this class, which is definitely out of my comfort zone, it just opens yourself up to new opportunities. It allows people to connect with you and grow your business, right? So I said my social media, my Instagram stuff, I haven't been seeing direct return yet on that on that investment in my time. But I know from speaking to my clients, speaking from other agents that referred people to me, that the fact that I stay updated and I'm posting every single day, again, it's an extension of your brand. If they're looking at you, they find you in the KW white pages, they're going to Google you. And they look up your Instagram, your Facebook page, and you're active on there. You have engaging content, you have useful content. It's just another way for people to feel comfortable to send people your way. You know what I mean? So I'm not giving up on it. I did have one client that I've gotten, one client and one direct closing. It happened to be my biggest closing. So it works. I'll say that it works. And so I think that if that's something that is in your wheelhouse, or something that you want to focus on and get some leads from, I would definitely, talk story with Cary, talk story with myself, and I'll kind of show you how I use Command with the partnership with Facebook and the ability for you to schedule all of your posts in advance, how that has allowed me to leverage more time. Okay.
I got a question on the GPS, Brendan.
Sure.
Did you kind of write them down? Does that reflect like priorities, like your first go-to is your database in your sphere, then leveraging social media, and then, right, is that like in a rank in that aspect, or?
Absolutely. I mean, to be frank, like the leads I get from my sphere, I don't have to pay any referral fee to anybody, right? And these and these people know me, and they're the easier conversation, the easier phone calls to have. Hey, just checking in. They're the easiest ones to do care calls. And those are the ones that know that I'm in the business, or need to know that I'm in the business, need to know that I'm the market expert, the neighborhood expert. And yeah, those are definitely the, from left to right, my priority as far as what I focus most time on, because I was able to narrow down in my market. I focused last year a lot on listings, right? And I noticed in my market here in Hilo, not a lot of people, there's a lot of sellers who are not as tech savvy. They don't have Instagram, they don't have Facebook, they still read newspapers, they still open their mail. And so I noticed that I get most of my action, most of my leads are responding to my flyers that I've written out each address and mailed to them, right? I just sold a house in your neighborhood. You know, there were multiple offers with low inventory in the market. This may be the time for you to take advantage if you ever thought about it. If you are wondering what a buyer would pay for your home, give me a call, right? How many leads and how many listings I've gotten just from that template that I created in Command. And all I do is update the pictures. I use the same verbiage, and I just, you know, I mail it out. I circle prospect. And that's one of the tasks, or one of the activities that I attribute a lot of my success to. Whether I'm just got a new listing, I just sold it, price improvement, open house. I take 7 houses in each direction, create a flyer, mail them out, right?
Cool. And follow up on the GPS, because there might be somebody watching that does not have one yet, or is trying to refine it. Did you do this or plan? Because it allows you to be highly intentional, which I think is important, right, guys? We're talking about the 6 personal perspectives, and you're that 80-20, right? Focus on the 20% that drives the 80% of the results. Did you work through, like, who helped you with this?
Yes, well, definitely, you know, my productivity coach here in Hilo was Rochelle Augustine Beck, and she, um, you know, she's my mentor, still my mentor, and I attribute a lot of what I do now because of her. And yes, I worked that out with her. You know, she helped me, she gave me the bones of what I wanted to focus on, what I actually enjoy doing. And we worked out this, you know, this GPS here. Again, this is my 3rd year doing it, and so I've kind of honed in exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to look back on what my very first GPS, but I couldn't find that one. But
See how it
oh,
changed?
education and training was my first one. Yes, education and training was my 3rd one. You know, before I created these referral networks. Um, you know, you just want to be able to know it all, right? Some new agents out there, we feel like we need to know it all before we can jump in. But yeah, this is, and going back to my sphere being my #1 priority, this year I focused on the 201 plus contacts, right? If I'm sure Cary has mentioned it, if you guys come to Command Fundamentals, that KW data shows that an active Command user who has 201 plus contacts and is constantly nurturing them, you know, yields 100,000 plus in GCI, right? So I took that to heart. I mean, I feel like a lot of us feel like we need to recreate the wheel, but there's KW does so much data for, like, data mining for us. They come up with these statistics and provide these resources and tools for us to succeed. And so that's kind of what I focused on this year. I had, from all my farming that I did, I told you about circle prospecting. I reached out to my title company. I looked up in the TMK, and I had over 2,500 contacts inside my database. But a lot of them I just have mailing addresses, right? And I was inconsistent in the way that I touched them or reached out to them. So this year said, you know what, I'm going to focus on my neighborhood. You know, the ones that I've had some success with so far. I've been farming them for a while. I'm just going to focus on touching them every single month, whether it's you know, an email, whether it's a flyer, a newsletter, that kind of thing. And I can say that I have seen, you know, compounding success just by focusing on that. Not only am I able to hone my systems down, but I am the neighborhood expert now. You know what I mean? And that's just focusing on, so my neighborhood is about 300 homeowners. There's another 100 of vacant landowners, but I just didn't have the bandwidth to deal with everybody. So I wanted to focus on 300 that I can provide quality touches that I can add value to, and see, and then quote unquote, see where it went, right? Test this this statistic that Keller Williams provided for us. And I'm on my way. Like I said, it's halfway through the year, and I'm well on my way to proving that statistic to be true. If you have 201 plus contacts, you monitor, nurture them regularly, you will yield at least 100,000 in GCI. Yeah. If you don't have a GPS or a 411, I recommend talking to your coach. If you don't have a coach, kellerinc.com has so many resources, so many, from the GPS to the 411 to a personal budget to your business P&L. Fine, you should know your numbers, guys. Know your numbers, and the only way you do that is by tracking it. All these resources are at kellerinc.com. If you read the Red Book, the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, the Shift book, they refer back to Keller Inc. all the time, kellerinc.com, because it has not only these resources, but it has graphs and why you should price the strategies between pricing your house when you're dealing with the seller, right? There's all kinds of resources that are available at our fingertips. Kellerinc.com is the one that I use on the regular. Okay. Moving on to command systems, I'm going to switch screens and kind of take you through my command and some of the activities and systems that I use. Smart Plans being the one that I dove in early on because I did not want to have to text or call all of my new leads. I wanted the system to do it for me. And I was exposed to like realtor.com and zillow.com. I'm not sure if anyone ever pays into those lead generating programs. But my first year, I was adamant that I needed to show and prove that I was worthy of being in this business. I needed to replace my income. Yeah, I made a very decent income as an accountant. And so making this leap where I'm not bringing as the steady benefits, the steady paychecks, I took the leap and actually paid like $2,500 for like a 3-month lead program with realtor.com. I got one closing out of it, so I was able to pay off that cost. But one thing that I got out of it was that they have their own CRM system. And one thing that I noticed works really well is as soon as they get a lead, the system contacts that lead through text, because it could be 3 a.m. in the morning here, 3 a.m. in the morning in the East Coast. Have a system as soon as they click on, hey, I want to learn more about that listing. I want to learn more about this agent. Have a system in place that texts them right away. Hey, thank you for responding to the property that I have advertised on Facebook. If you're like me and you forget what you text or what you touched on, feel free. I can send it back to you again. When's a good time for us to get in touch about this? And it's just an automatic text message that you can use in your smart plan to contact your clients, right? But if you're going to walk away with anything from this training, there are 4 smart plans that I use that you do not have to customize at all. 4 smart plans that are already set up within Command that if you assign them to your contacts, you will guarantee at least 21 touches a year. Okay, and that's the monthly neighborhood nurture. There's a bi-weekly neighborhood nurture, but I found in my market, I had a lot more opt-outs. It was a little too much, touches, too much information. So the monthly neighborhood nurture is the nice, medium for me. The quarterly call, which if you talk to any mega agent, any high producing agent, the quarterly call smart plan is the most important one, because it creates a task for you to make those care calls, to check in with your database, check in with your contacts every quarter. Home anniversary, you have closed business, you want referrals from those closed business, you want to be their realtor for life, you have a home anniversary smart plan attached to them. And happy birthday. Everyone loves to be recognized on their birthdays. So a happy birthday, what you call a smart plan is an easy button. Now, some of you may not know what those happy birthday, when people's birthdays are. That's what the quarterly calls are for, right? When you make those quarterly calls, you're touching them. How is life? How are things going? It's summer now. What's your kids doing? Are you out and about? What's going on? Oh, you had a birthday. When was your birthday? Oh, great. Happy birthday. Make note of that. Add it into your command. Add the happy birthday smart plan. It's just a way to build relationships, you guys. It's comes down to
I mean,
a
when we
simple
call people, we're not saying like, hey, who do you know who's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? To do
people.
that.
So what the way, yeah, exactly, right? It's not always that call, guys. It's not always a sales call. You're not a salesperson. You have value to give, to provide to your database. Even if it's just checking in, like today I do a power hour. I try to do a power hour every day. My 411, I have to make 40 database conversations a day. That's my goal. And so I just find out like from good friends of mine or close acquaintances that like one's having a baby coming up soon, one's got into an accident, baptisms coming up, all kinds of just information that people are willing to share. Everything is so indirect now through social media, and you find out things by other people's postings. Having a quick 5-10 minute call just to ask how someone's doing, my God, it makes people's day. You know what I mean? It makes your day. And I'm gonna say it's exhausting. Phone calls are not my most favorite thing to do. I'll put that out there right now. It's not my most favorite thing to do. I get exhausted having calls and actively listening, right? I'm working on actively listening. And that's it's mentally draining sometimes. But you know what? If you come from contribution, you come from curiosity, you ask questions and let other people do the talking, they'll ask you, what's new with you? Oh, well, business is great. And as you know, I'm in real estate and I closed this deal. The market's doing this. And yeah, so do you know of anyone? Do you know anyone that I need to know? Do you know anyone that I need to know that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? That's how I end every single call. Yes, no, actually, you know what? My coworker was just talking about buying a house. Actually, you know what? My coworker was looking to refinance. I think they have they inherited a property, whatever it is. Who do you know that I need to know that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? That's it. That's how I end every single call. Well, you know what? It's great to chat with you. I'll catch up with you in a couple months. Great. Blah blah blah. Right. And then designs templates. I'm going to show you a little bit about the folders I've created and the templates that I use. So I'm going to switch my screen here. Bear with
Ryan, I have
me.
a quick question.
Please.
Is there a reason why there's three birthdays and 2 home anniversaries?
Absolutely. Yes. For the birthdays, I actually do 4 touches, but 3 touches for birthdays. One is an automatic text message that goes out through Twilio. Number 2 is a social media post if you have them on social media. And number 3 is a phone call. I have a 4th one to actually send out a happy birthday card. I use a company called AM Cards, and they send out custom cards that look like handwritten, and they actually write out the address. And so it's 4 touches for me for birthdays. For home anniversaries, it's a card and a phone call.
That's great. Okay.
Absolutely. And
Love that.
some people will say, isn't that overkill? Like I said, people like to be recognized on their birthdays. You know what I mean? And your text message goes out from your Twilio account. If you don't have that set up, contact Cary or your coach to help you set that up. I admit you won't be able to do all of them. You'll forget to send the card. You'll forget to do the social media posts because you're just so busy. You're a rock star. You're so busy. But that text message goes out and they'll respond. And that's just another reminder. Oh, I'm going to give you a call. So it's not overkill. People love being recognized for it. And you're going to be the one that stands out because everyone's going to post on their page, happy birthday, happy birthday. But who's going to text them? Who's going to call them? Who's going to direct message them? At the very least, send them a direct message, happy birthday, not just post on their page. They're just going to create a post that says, thanks, everyone. But if you send them a direct message, they'll respond directly to you and you start that conversation with them. Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
So I'm going to share my screen here. You guys see my command smart plan page? Yeah. Okay. So for those who haven't really dabbled in smart plans yet, real quickly, it's the 1, 2, 3, 4th icon on the left for smart plans. I myself have been playing with 13 smart plans that I've used, but again, I want to just touch on the 4 the 4 smart plans that I discussed, and they're super easy to find if you haven't played with it before. This is the smart plans page that it takes you to. You go to the library. library, and just important things to keep in mind when you're choosing a smart plan is check how many people, kind of like when you're shopping on Amazon or buying something online or whatever, booking a hotel room. You want to look at how many people have downloaded, and you want to look at how many ratings it has, right? I tend to use the ones that either Marty Miller have created, or let's see if I can find one that like KW makes specifically. Let's go easy ones. Type in happy birthday. Right, so there's so many happy birthday ones here that people have used here.
Yeah, I think Tyler Shields and Marty Miller's one were really popular.
There you go. Exactly. So there's different, you find what works for you. Again, these 4 smart plans that I'm recommending that you use don't need any customizations at all. So let me just look at the one that I specifically used here. Let's see. Pictures in my way. There we go.
About the smart plans, as Brendan's opening up the edit, like, right, it's all built for you all, right? Nowhere the MREA says there's 5 responsibilities of a real estate agent, right? Lead gen, lead follow-up, set and go on appointments, write and negotiate contracts, and script and role play, everybody's favorite, right? Nowhere in there does it says spend half your day creating content and messaging and do all these things, right? It's all built for you. And as Brendan said, these ones that he's looking at take no customization or edits on your part.
Yeah, exactly. So this one, it automatically creates a task for me to send a birthday card. It automatically sends me a task to make the call, a task for the birthday social post. And then the one that's automated is the automated text message. And all it says is happy birthday. I hope you have an amazing day. Brendan Alcisto, KW Big Island. Simple as that. And people add that number into their database. And it's just another way for you guys to touch and to stay in touch with your data, with your database. Okay. And again, all the quarterly call plan, happy birthday, happy anniversary, those are all triggered by, when you assign them to the smart plan. So quarterly call was create a task today, and then 3 months later you're gonna make a call. Okay, so that will require you to stay on top of it. Use your widgets on your main page. Allow that to help you decide what's important today. Can I make these calls, right? Designs. Within designs, I created these folders here. That's important to me. My open house, my just listed, my market updates, my sold templates, and my testimonials. I don't want to spend all kinds of time creating my, my social posts, my flyers. As I've shared in the beginning, these flyers, I've seen so much business and so many leads from mailing these flyers, especially the just listed and just solds, right? And these are all, I've gotten to a point where I created like 3 templates, right? Because I just want to cycle through them, but I've gotten so busy, I have to create more, right? You don't want to keep sending the same template over and over again. So it's an exciting problem to have. But all of these templates you see here are already within command. All you got to do is put in your picture, put in all your compliance information, and you're done. And all you got to do is go in, double click it, and then just edit it, replace some of the ad verbiage and things like that, print it out, mail it out, download it, post it on Instagram. Okay. We also, our market center also has a marketing coordinator who also helps with, creating those type of templates and stuff for you. If you're not as tech savvy or just don't have the time to do that, please make sure you reach out to that person and make that a part of your brand, make that a part of your listing process, your buyer's process, to help grow your brand, to help people know that you're the expert in that area. Yes. And so here within campaigns, yeah, I do leverage the paid ads Facebook partnership. That is a step within my listing process. I do my just listed flyers. I do social media posts on Instagram and Facebook, and I do paid ads as well. $50 for 2 weeks. and I hone in on the specific areas that I want to focus, or, that I want to target. That's a whole nother class that I could talk about. But I have a numbers background. So I get a lot of questions specific to paid ads. How do you know what areas to target? Because if you've ever used the paid ads before, you can hone in based on zip code and hobbies or likes, or what people search for. And so you can reach out to your local title company and say, hey, I have this listing in this area. Can you tell me where buyers or where new people are moving in from into this area? Who is most likely to want to buy in this area? What has happened in the last 6 months? Where are the buyers coming from? Your title company can help you with that. But I, being the numbers accounting person, accounting background, I actually use the IRS website. The IRS will tell me, where are all these tax dollars coming into Hawaii? Where are they coming from? So I know, as the neighborhood expert, that the top 5 areas that I target with my Facebook ads are Honolulu County. A lot of people from Honolulu moving here. LA County, Orange County, Santa Clara County, and San Francisco. Those are the 5. So if I am creating a Facebook ad, I know that those are the areas that I'm targeting, and I create 5 different ones if I have to, depending on the amount of clicks and leads that I'm getting, and I focus it that way. If you have any questions on that, please raise your hand. I'd be more than happy to talk a little bit more through that. And those tips that I got, the IRS website and things, I got that from another person's, another training that I sat with. It was Dan Palomino, my one of our assistant team leads here on the island. He sent out a website, or did a training and said, here's this website that I found, and I looked at it and I dug into it and I said, hey, I'm going to use this for my, for my business. Again, that just goes back to putting yourself out there, going to the trainings. People drop nuggets. There's gold in people, people's successes. Yes.
And if
Is
you
that-
came to my training, you guys know that I love giving free gifts for anybody that attends. And so we'll make sure as we send an email recap that we'll get you that link to that IRS website. It's pretty nifty.
Is that free?
It is free.
Oh, okay. Also, I thought they said something about in command, you can see the migration pattern. I don't know where that information is, from where like people are moving from.
Within command? Shoot, Cary, is that true? I don't know that was in command.
That is totally
One
true.
of the,
So
yeah,
the
I couldn't find,
same
I don't know if
place-
it was a video.
Same place that you go to, that referral applet where you can build
That's
your
right.
referral network.
Mhm.
It's KW has been tracking all those referrals for years, right? And so you can go to a migration pattern map and it will show you where people are coming into Maui from, Honolulu, from Big Island, from, right? Where are the referrals passing back and forth? Pretty cool stuff.
Thank you. I'll try to play with that and check on how to get that.
Well, you guys are asking great questions. Tom, he's just like, hey, when you send a text in through Twilio and command it, and they text you back, it automatically goes into the history. That's awesome.
Yes, it goes into history. You'll get notified if you don't have the command app on your phone. Make sure you turn notifications on so you'll get notified when that text comes in. But yes, not only do you want to get notified through that as well, but it also logs it in so you know that that person's been touched, so that person's been responding, and it's just another way of contacting, another touch when you're having a conversation. Hey, I saw that you had a birthday and blah, blah, blah. How was that, right? So real quick, this is that migration. I'll send this website to you guys, but you can just click into it, right? For me, I'm on the Big Island here. I click in Hawaii County. Boom. Honolulu County. So gained wealth from Honolulu, LA, Orange County, Santa Clara, and Alameda County. And this is where people are moving to. So using this information, you better reach out to those agents out there and, become close to them, because you're going to be sending them referrals, right? So just different ways of looking at information, different ways of growing your business, different resources and tools out there to, just take your process to the next level. Yeah.
Yeah, this is so cool, Brandon. Thank you. I have a question.
Sure.
So, I saw Boomtown at some point. Do you use both? And if so, how do you not get overwhelmed between Command and Boomtown?
Sure. Yes, I am in our market center. We're piloting a new lead gen program with Boomtown, our partnership with Boomtown. And so I have been blessed with the opportunity to be a part of that team. And yes, it is a little overwhelming. I can share that I'm getting to the point where I need more leverage, you know, you don't, back what, a year and a half, 2 years ago, you know, every single lead seemed hot. And nowadays I feel like the leads definitely need more nurturing, right? For
Mm,
Boomtown, I feel like a lot of the leads are like long-term nurtures, never even been to the islands before, you know? And yes, I do get overwhelmed. Now I'm at a point where I'm looking for leverage. I'm actually interviewing virtual assistants and ISAs to help me make those calls. It does take time blocking to be able to touch all of those people, at least make the initial phone call.
mm,
And so every day I have an hour, at least an hour every single day. I call it my power hour, where I make phone calls to follow up on leads, to make phone calls from the different, what do you call it, funnels. So I also get leads from Zillow. I get leads from realtor.com and Boomtown on top of my agent referrals, on top of my sphere. It's a great problem to have, but I am getting overwhelmed.
Right.
And I know that's when you know it's time to leverage more, right?
Mm,
Partner with someone, co-list with someone, or hire a VA, right?
that's
That's
awesome.
kind
Thank
of
you.
that's
Yeah.
where I am in my business for sure.
So great.
And Boomtown and Zillow, I know they have their own like concierge, which acts like an ISA, right? Like you don't have to contact them first. They'll be the ones to, you know, reach out and try to qualify them and set the appointment. But I just found that no one can do the job as good as you. It's your brand, it's your lead that you're paying for. You make the call. You know, you take it into your own hands and close the deal, right? But yeah, it's again a great problem to have. I've been able to meet and surround myself with great people now that I am on the ALC. I have gone to family reunion. I have plans to go to mega camp. Just surround yourself with great people, you know. Let's see, don't have anything else. Any other questions, please let me know.
There was a question in the chat about Google reviews and if that's
Yeah.
something you use.
Yes, I do use that. It was October of last year. There was a company called Real Grader, and they talked to me. They talked specifically about your online presence, your digital presence, and they actually give you a grade based on, you know, how easy it is for people to find you, how consistent your brand is online, and your Google business page and those reviews are super important for SEO, search engine optimization. When they search Hawaii Realtor, who's going to come up? The person who has the most reviews, the person who has the most websites, sales, and things like that. So I started my own Google business page, and actually let me go back. One of my smart plans that I have is my closing and asking for referrals smart plan. So my closing survey and review. Here we go. So I'm gonna pull this one up. So yes, to me, it's very important to, especially all the hard work that you put into helping your client buy or sell that house. You know, you are going to be their realtor for life, and hopefully their sphere's realtor for life. So like that same call where I say congratulations, we officially closed and recorded today. You know, it was a pleasure working with you. Oh, it was great working with you too. Well, you know, would you mind if you did me a huge favor? I'm going to email you a link to leave me a 5-star review, because I really enjoyed working with you. It'll help other people get an idea of what it's like working for me and help me grow my online presence. Would you mind taking a couple minutes to fill out that survey? Oh, great, of course. As soon as you get off the phone, I assign them to this smart plan. As soon as I assign it to them, it sends them an email with the subject, I have a favor to ask, because that's why I just said on the phone, I have a favor to ask. Aloha, first name. Thank you so much for choosing to work with me. I enjoyed working with you. As a favor, I asked you to submit an online review, so my blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. If you would be so inclined, a 5-star review would help. And then this is an automatic link that I sent to my Google page to leave me a 5-star review. And so that link, you can customize it to where it makes it as easy as possible for people. It clicks it, it takes them automatically to your Google business page. And all they got to do is type in, click 5 stars, and type in their, their testimonial and hit save. So my goal is to get to 20 reviews. The magic number is getting at least 20 reviews on your Google page. I am still at 9. Not everyone has a Gmail or whatever. Some people feel more comfortable leaving reviews on Facebook or realtor.com if you worked with them through there, but those are all great too. Reviews on any one of those platforms will help grow your SEO, your search engine optimization. But Google, based on the research and the companies that I've spoken to, Google is the one that you should focus on if you are going to prioritize getting testimonials. Have you guys ever Googled yourself, right? Google yourself. That was the exercise we did. I just Googled my name right here. Brendan Alcisto Realtor. I got 9 5-star reviews, working on that, right? And keep it updated.
Real Greater was at family reunion, and I think they did that for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And there was, you don't realize how many broken links are there within, when they search for you, like how many different pictures of you there are. Like, you want to have the same consistent name, first, last name, realtor, because they're going to look for realtor, they're going to look for real estate agent. Google yourself and see what comes up, right? My KW website, my Facebook profile, my realtor.com profile, my IG, right? Oh, KWHO Coast has me on there. I have closed a lot of business with them, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, but yes, testimonials was a major thing too. There's so many little things that I focused on my first year, my second year, my third year. I want to share my information because I think it's important to share our successes so we can all celebrate together. Let's go to my next slide here. Let's connect. Whether you follow me on social media, send me a text, send me an email. If you want to just talk story about where you are in your business, I'm not a superpower user. I'm just someone who dove in and tried it. I tested it on myself, tested it on my close sphere circles. When it comes to setting those automatic emails or automatic texts, like your monthly neighborhood nurture, right? You have to assign them to a neighborhood for that monthly neighborhood nurture smart plan to use. Which neighborhood should you use? I recommend the neighborhood that they live in, the neighborhood that they want to move to, their dream neighborhood. And if you know it, maybe they're the neighborhood they grew up in, right? Those are just a few ideas, because I'm sure you guys get these emails too. You get these, oh, here's a hot buy in this area, et cetera, et cetera. You want to have that extra layer of connection, that extra, the extra juice that you can provide that says, hey, I'm not just a computer sending this out to you. I'm actually taking the time to think about, how am I going to add value to you in your email today? How are you going to read my email with the other 5-10 emails you're getting about real estate or buy this, buy that? Yeah. Cary is great. I love working with Cary. Before Cary, we had Latasha. When I first started, I would recommend, if you haven't already, set up a 30-minute, 1-hour session with Cary and just challenge him to find out what the system cannot do. If you want to do something within command, I guarantee there's a way to make it work, and if not, maybe we can think about it in a different way and make it work better for you. Designs, Facebook ads, smart plans, mindset, anything like that, guys, please don't hesitate to reach out. I find joy. It fills my bucket to see other people pick up just one thing that I've used and help them succeed. That's what I'm here for. And just one more time, I want to plug, I'm the tech chair for our ALC on our island. What I try to do is go to all these tech trainings as possible to not only see what's happening with the new updates, what's coming down the pike, but also to learn from our whole region, right? We're a Northern California, Hawaii region. And it's not even tech related sometimes, but it will trigger other people in California to say, hey, you know what? This is what works for me. And a lot of the little things that I do, the things that I say, what I say during my open house, how I follow up with people from my open house. Again, that's a smart plan. It comes from just going to those trainings and being coachable, being open to new opportunities and just different ways of leveraging, because you don't want to be the one in your business. You want to be working on it. Like I said, I'm looking to leverage myself now. It's a scary step because hire someone, you have that fixed cost. So you better like, better see that return on it. But it's an exciting time in your business to take that next step, to turn that page, once you have your own systems and processes in place. Any other questions? I'll open it up. I don't have anything else to present.
That's an
Yeah.
awesome book, man. We covered a lot. That was really great. I mean, coming from the big why, smart plans database, I mean, Facebook ads and designs, questions out there from you all. You already asked some great ones.
Yeah.
What did you want to ask before we end the time today? And if not questions, what about some ahas, a couple, right? What's one thing, one point of action that you want to take away from today and implement, learn more about?
Setting up all my smart plans or just organizing my database, like getting that started.
Yes. And it's exciting when you start, implementing that more and people are clicking in through your email or going to your website, because Command can track all that stuff, right? They can see, who in your databases has been active in the last, in the last day, the last week, right? So if I go back here and go to my home screen, I'm going to discard these changes. This what is this called again, Cary? This smart view up here at the top, right?
I just call it like quick win button. Yeah.
Yeah. So this little one here, I love it. Like I go in through here and I say, who's been recently active? Because I know I didn't. And then you look on this list, like I never called these people, but they're actually going in. Like this person I haven't talked to, but he's obviously going in and looking at my website. All these people are going in and actually, they're engaged with me, whether it be through, again, my monthly neighborhood nurtures or my website, my social media. The more that you leverage Command and you use the partnerships that are already in place, the more you can easily track and see what people are interested in. Again, it just allows you to have more ammunition when you write. Ammunition is kind of an aggressive thing, but just more topics to speak to when you have these care calls with people. It's all there. And I love how it's all already set up. Like, the recently active, this leads never contacted 15. That's kind of high for me. But birthdays coming up and home anniversaries, like shoot, just click into that. The more you put into the system, quality in, quality out.
Those same buttons do exist on your Command mobile app. So going back to like Steve's opportunity, right? I'm sitting at an open house, I'm plugging into training. You can definitely check in on your birthdays, call people, text people who's right while you're sitting there. You block the time for money-making productive activity because you're doing an open house and wanting to connect with people. And when there's time, you can continue to do that through your Command mobile app.
Right. And Crystal, that's great that, the smart plans is a great aha. That was a huge aha for me when I first started. And you can see that I use it and I've had success, but I haven't even scratched the surface of like actually implementing every single person in my database, so that's why I want to hire someone, a VA to help me, with my database management, because I don't have the time to go check, how some of these people or half of these people are in my Facebook friends and their birthdays are all on there. I don't have time to go through and like, cross-reference those and put them in Command, you know what I mean? And it's always too late by the time you get, you find out on Facebook that their birthday. So again, I talk
I was
about the
gonna
things
ask that to them, like, do you always ask for their emails and stuff? So I think I have to go through my database and just ask them for their emails so I can add them to that smart plan.
Exactly. And that is value. Like, hey, I'm just going through my contacts and I realize, I don't have your email address. I want to be able to, stay in contact with you. What's the best email? Stay quiet.
Perfect.
Easy, and it's, again, the mindset, you're coming from contribution. You're adding value. You have something to give, right? You're not there to, spam them or anything like that. You have information to provide, very valuable information to give them. If you need help with content, definitely reach out to me or, follow other mega agents, high producing agents, because either they've created, really useful content or they've took it from somebody else, and there's no problem with, was it R&D, rip off and duplicate or whatever it is, it's social media, it's content, it's engaging your engaging your database.
The big aha
Uh,
was the IRS migration thing too. That one I'm like, to go in.
Yeah. Because
Use.
for me, yeah, I've gotten some really like some listings that take a very specific buyer type, right? And again, if something that I like to use is when I have my listing appointments, when I talk about marketing, how am I going to set myself apart from agents who have been in the industry for 10 years? I take a very serious look and I take a lot of time in my marketing. I feel like it's important to qualify and create buyer profiles. Who are the specific buyers that would be interested in this specific property? So one listing I had was great, was priced really well, but it was a smaller house. It was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It was recently renovated, brand new, but it was in a neighborhood where I determined that it would have to be a small, a small growing family or a retired couple, right? Versus a property that's $1 million plus, $2 million plus. You definitely want to market it to your local market, but you got to go to the people spending money in Honolulu, people spending money in Orange County, right? You want to know where people are coming from and target those specific buyers, and creating a marketing buyer profile to those specific profiles is important. And when you're speaking to a seller, they think this person really knows what they're doing. They're thinking about, they're not just going to put a sign up in front of my house and put it on the MLS. They're actually going to take the time to market the heck out of this property for me.
Brendan, so for active buyers, to keep them in the loop of properties, do you use the saved searches in Command, or do you use your MLS like the Collab Center and all of these automated emails for new properties?
Yes. So for me, within Command, I use my monthly neighborhood nurture. That's the only one I send for buyers for that specific scenario. My monthly neighborhood nurture for the specific neighborhood they're looking for, and I create a profile within my MLS so they get notified as soon as a new listing comes up. So they get from both Command and from MLS.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, because I think it's new, right? Cary, the saved searches and the automated email through Command, or has it always been there?
It's not as frequently used, right? And then if you think of your database and Command as a big nurturing pot, right? It's never going to be as specific, and especially for you all on all islands. But when you're looking for that Airbnb resort zone property, you're not going to be able to be that hyper specific through Command, and so your MLS
Right.
is going to be the best option. Now you're delivering information at different levels of specificity, right? So keep in mind, your local MLS is your local MLS. Your investors, your buyers, if they're coming from off island, don't stop at just the MLS, and make sure you have that neighborhood market update, that smart plan, because you can pull where else do they own. We should be having a bigger conversation about where everyone owns their real estate, you be their real estate agent of choice, right? Because you're providing all this value. That was a great question.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I know it's top of the hour, but Brendan, thank you so much. Thank you, team, for being so engaged, asking questions. We're gonna do this again.
Absolutely. This was fun, you guys. And I appreciate the questions. I appreciate you guys coming on and staying for the whole training. Yeah, please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. If you just want to talk through concept or what you guys like do, I'm here.
Yep. Biggest takeaway for me, and then I would love for all of you, is that GPS. We're halfway through this year. Where is your business? Now, you don't have to be, I know the title of the book says Millionaire Real Estate Agent, but what is your big why? What is your goal, right? And it doesn't have to be like 4 closings every month. But if you know what your goal is, and then you can go all the way down to what was happening in the chat, and Nicole saying lead gen and lead follow-up is super important. How many conversations are you having on a daily basis is going to determine that end result. Is that 5? Is that 10? Is that 15? And even as like Brendan was saying, it's as easy as just, and Crystal was, hey, you know what? I don't have your email, or I wanted to stay connected. And when are you celebrating your birthday? Right? What's the month and day? Because I love to celebrate with you. Like, real estate is a contact sport. How many contacts are you doing on a daily basis to get you where you want to be? And that GPS, if you notice, Brendan said he has already 3 variations. Your goals or where you are changes. So that document is a living, breathing thing. His first set was all like it said education, right, Brendan? And then once he got that and got into the groove, then hey, I've got to shift my focus and what are those pillars and what is important to me. So build that life by design, lean into superstars and rock stars that are right on your right and left. You just need to ask the question, hey, how are you doing that? But thank you all for your time. Have a wonderful and blessed rest of your Thursday. Thanks, Brendan. Thanks, guys.
Aloha, everybody. Thank you.